All right, so Final Fantasy 2. Did I like it? Should you play it? Let's get into it. So this is Ryan over at Zelda Ate My Lunch. So comment down below. Have you played this game? Did you like the game? I actually really like this game. The story, I thought it was just gonna kind of be like exactly like the first one, but it wasn't. It's weird because this, I think, is the only one of the 6 that's in this compilation, the Pixel Remaster, that I think I've played, but I haven't played the whole thing through. Now, there is a couple of changes. One that, if you've never played this game before, you're going to kind of... to me, it's new. I've never actually seen this in an RPG. You've got these, like, keywords that you got to... In the beginning, it was very, like, what is this? So you'll talk to somebody, and there'll be this, like, highlighted word, and you got to learn the word, and then that word will get you into conversations with other people. It kind of tails off, you know, like it's really used a lot in the beginning of the game, and it kind of tails off towards the end of the game where you're not using it all that much, and I actually completely forgot about it. So it's, you know, it's not a hurdle or anything. It's like you got to kind of figure out what this word is going to mean to other people. There's some hidden things in this game, not a whole lot. I didn't find any side quests, so I actually like that. I'm not a huge fan of side quests in games. Now, I know in modern games, some side quests are amazing, but most of them are just filler, just to make the game like 150 hours, like you really want that. So there wasn't any of that in this game. The magic is a lot different in this one than it is the first one. I actually like the magic better in the first one than I do this one. Where you have, in the first one, you had like 8 columns, and you would just go buy a different magic set for each column, and you had 3 that you could have per column. That I liked a lot better than the one where you buy it and then you have to level it up. The leveling system in this game is kind of confusing. My Firion character, which is you know, the main character of this game, was at a 9999 by the end of the game. But I don't even know what level that is. You really don't see what levels. That's the first time I've ever seen that in a game, despite the fact that I think I've played this game, but it was so long ago I don't even really 100% remember that. So that system is much different than I've ever seen in any game. I don't know if it's in the third one. I'm actually going to probably start that in a little while after I make this video. What else? So the magic, it's all right. But you got to make sure in the beginning of the game that the spells and the tomes and everything that you really want to use by the end of the game, is especially like the as soon as you find Blink, as soon as you find Haste, as soon as you get Berserk, you definitely want to level this up. Protect, like those 4, you really want, as soon as you can get them, level them up, and then Cure and Life. I'm trying to think of where in the game that you get them, but as soon as you can get those 6, I would definitely use them as much as possible. Now, Cure, you can actually use in the background. So if you got to give your characters more health, do that in the background, because that actually levels it up. I had my Cure at a 16 by the time, you know, I met the final boss. 16 seems to be the highest you can get any of the spells. And so it kind of corresponds with how much MP that you're going to use. So when your spell is at a 1, it's only going to use 1 MP. When it's at a 16, it's going to use 16 MP. So keep that in mind. And then there's just all this crazy leveling going on. You can level up your shield. You can level up your sword. Now, you don't personally do this. It just kind of happens when the battles are going on. Now, as far as the Pixel Remaster, you can turn off encounters, which is great in some circumstances. But because you have to level up your magic, I didn't turn off the encounters as much in this one as I did in the first one. But I did find that for the final boss, the Emperor, I don't want to give off, you know, too much here, but the Emperor, I actually used mostly physical attacks for the last one. Now, I will say this. If you're one of those people who's going to play the game and have to open every chest, try to find the blood sword. I forget where it was. That thing destroys the final boss like you wouldn't believe. It almost felt like cheating. So I actually went back and beat the final boss without it, because it's almost like a game genie. I can't believe how powerful it is against the final boss. But like I said, you know, the one thing that you're going to want to do in this game is you're going to want to level up your magic 100%. You can actually level up your swords. You can level up your shields. Now, you're going to get a ton of swords and shields, so I wouldn't really waste too much time with that. But I would definitely look for as many of the chests as you can find. Most of there's going to be like really high good